This place that started only as a short stop in my 9-day Sri Lankan journey. We're gonna take a 7-hour train to Badula, but depending on how we feel, we might stop in Ella. Managed to become one of my favorite places here by far. Tucked away in the misty Sri Lankan high country, amongst heavenly green hills and giant waterfalls, lies Ella. One of this tear-shaped island's most amazing destinations. From scaling Little Adam's Peak to exploring the magnificent 9-arch bridge and winding down tea plantations on the most beautiful train ride in the world. Many of my favorite Sri Lankan adventures can be found right here. From the best sunrise spots in all of Sri Lanka to the waterfall behind which Ravana kept Sita captive. Trust me, Ella deserves a prime spot on your Sri Lankan itinerary. Don't worry, don't believe me? Let me show you why. After saying goodbye to Kandy, I took the famous Kandy to Ella train that takes you to really pretty tea plantations on rolling hills. The train sometimes goes really close to the edges of cliffs and gives you these amazing views of tea estate. Other times, it goes through these valleys where you can see rows and rows of tea plantations. You can watch my full experience of this amazing train ride in my video and find out why it's known as the most beautiful ride in the entire world. But this train ride is also the slowest one ever. We reached Ella 4 hours later than we were supposed to, and we couldn't even enjoy the 9 Arches Bridge because of the dark. We decided we're gonna check it out again in the morning because you just can't miss this beauty. I always explore new places on foot, and I did the same for Ella. It's a calm and peaceful town surrounded by nature, and it's about 200 kilometers away from the capital city, Colombo. Now our plan is to just walk around and find a few places that we want to go to. There are main places like the 9 Arches Bridge, and then we have Adam's Peak Point, so that's like beautiful view. This place Ella is famous for tea gardens, and yeah, it's a nice place. This is where Ella starts. Ella.
There were days where we thought we wouldn't make it out, but we stuck it out. Today's our day. Today's our day.
And we are going to the 9 Arch Bridge.
There were nights we would fight, no end in sight. Nothing was right. Tonight's our night.
You are, excuse me, you are a YouTube channel?
Yes.
I'm in Bengal. You know Bengal YouTube channel.
Oh wow, that's great.
We are Indian Tamil.
Indian Tamil?
Yes.
Very good. We are Indian Punjabis.
Punjabi. My name is Kanna.
Kanna?
Kanna.
Nice to meet you, Kanna. My name is Arvind.
Arvind.
Yes. Like Arvind De Silva.
Arvind De Silva. Okay. Right. Arvind De Silva. Arvind.
The weather in Ella is cooler than Colombo, thanks to its altitude and mountain setting.
We were meant to be. We were meant to be.
On the way to the 9 Arches Bridge, we stopped to try Jambolan fruit, also known as Java plum or Syzygium cumini.
Fell back in love. The best
Big orange. Red inside. What is the Sri Lankan name of this?
Jambola.
Jambola.
Yeah, Jambola.
I'll fight for you until this life is over. There's no giving up here. We'll make it out and fall in love tonight.
It has a sweet and slightly tangy taste with a hint of tartness. Enjoying it on our way to the 9 Arches Bridge added to the charm of our journey. Alright guys, welcome to the 9 Arch Bridge. This is the beautiful 9 Arch Bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. This bridge was built back in the day when the British still ruled Sri Lanka. What's interesting about it is that they didn't use any steel to build it. Instead, they used a mix of stone bricks, cement, and solid concrete. This thing is a real masterpiece, and I don't think I need to tell you why it's called 9 Arches. We'll come back here again tomorrow. However, we're gonna head back to our hotel now because I have to wake up early for a hike to go to Little Adams Peak and our guided tour of the rest of Ella. The next day, we woke up at 4 a.m. and headed off on our trek to Little Adams Peak to catch the sunrise from the top. Just because it's called Little Adams Peak doesn't mean it's anything less than the original Adams Peak. It's just easier to get to, comparatively. It was tough nonetheless, but shorter than some hikes I've done. Once we reached the peak, our guide gave us black coffee and biscuits to munch on. The tea bags, my dad loves tea, and they opened all of them. Kandy. In Kandy. We savored the refreshments and then snapped some photos. It would have been a shame to visit Little Adams Peak without capturing any memories. Continuing our journey, we ascended to the second peak and then proceeded to the third, each step revealing more of the stunning landscape. Alright guys, welcome to the Little Adams Peak, and this is the peak number 3. We started from peak 1, went to the peak 2, and then the hardest one was peak 3, and this is where we are, and we're rewarded with some majestic views, just like some of the other very beautiful hikes. This has been a really amazing one and very rewarding. So we're gonna begin the hike down in a few minutes. Arriving at the last summit, we were enveloped in a panorama of breathtaking beauty. The vast expanse of rolling hills stretched out before us, bathed in the soft hues of the morning light. Majestic mountains stood sentinel in the distance. Alright guys, so now we've made it to a resting point and we're rewarded with a coconut. I'm really looking forward to it because you can see I'm sweating so much. As we began our descent, we paused midway for a well-deserved coconut break, indulging in the refreshing sweetness of king coconuts. Okay.
We produce the green coconut.
Thank you very much. Savoring the taste of fresh coconut water, we found ourselves rejuvenated and ready to continue our adventure.
Well, we can think about the skin of a fruit. Think about the skin of the fruit. Green skin.
Guava.
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 Guava. I think you have guava in Colombia.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Our guide was amazing and really into Sri Lanka and its history. On our way back down, he gave each of us 3 leaves and asked us to guess what fruit it smelled like. I could easily tell it was guava, since I grew up in India where they were very popular. He told us that they grow them here to attract birds to pollinate tea flowers. After the hike, we had some traditional Sri Lankan food for breakfast.
These are vegetable rotis and this is coconut roti.
My favorite was kottu roti. And we also tried chicken rolls and other dishes. This was so much food that all 5 of us couldn't even finish it.
Even I don't know his name. Everyone says the name Baba. So his pet name, the Baba means in Sri Lankan language baby. So in behind the baby shop, okay.
You can see there's so much food
We didn't even finish it, but we enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, Baba. Bye-bye. See ya.
Thank you.
The weather is nice. That's why people come to Ella, because Colombo is super warm.
Later, we went back to Nine Arches Bridge and the Demodara railway loop, which has an interesting story behind it.
I'd like to say welcome to the Hogwarts of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I know.
According to the folklore, when the engineers were wondering how they could proceed beyond Demodara, a farmer had suggested them to build this track similar to the way the turban has been tied. This suggestion had got them thinking. And of course, whether they actually followed his advice is not known. It is considered the only loop in the world with a railway station situated exactly over a tunnel at a spiral loop. And this time, I got to do what I couldn't do earlier. Enjoy the beautiful views of Kandy to Ella train in the daylight over the Nine Arches Bridge.
I feel like I'm afraid to say how I feel, to know I let you down. These late nights turn to day, don't wanna let you down.
We took advantage of the train journey to capture some photos inside a tunnel, preserving moments to cherish. Ready? 1, 2. And then we headed towards our last destination, the stunning Ravana Waterfalls. Unfortunately, the weather took a turn for the worse, making it a little rainy, but it made the place even more beautiful. Alright guys, we're going to the waterfall, even though it's pouring. This is the determination. Woo! We're gonna go, even in the rain. Hello, yes, welcome back. We are going to the waterfall even in this weather. That's all that I have to do for the YouTube channel. Crazy.
I go first time, I will come, okay?
Okay. Alright guys, we are here at the waterfall. Alright, we got the go ahead. Welcome to this waterfall. It's a little bit dirty water right now for the first few gallons, but it is here. Woohoo! That's nice. Guys, look at this. This is scary. Woohoo! Alright guys, this was the waterfall experience, and because it's not safe and the water is dirty, we're not gonna go inside. But guess what? We wanted to wash up, and wash up we did in the rainwater.
If all of this didn't convince you to put Ella on top of your Sri Lanka itinerary, I don't know what will. I merely did a few of the best things you could do here, and it already became one of my favorite destinations. Ella not only offers stunning views and unforgettable experiences, but it also allows visitors to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and recharge in the midst of the nature. Next, I'll be doing a food tour of all of Sri Lanka and tell you all about what I liked and didn't like about Sri Lanka food. Until then, goodbye